Allen outside. Outside, Green. Can't get it to go. So Orlando will take it the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, that was a strange game.
And what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Flash.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy to just get that out of the way. Get that first basket. Now you breathe easy. You can just go out and play.
I think he's got a lot of big buckets ahead of him, guys. The years to come for him are going to be pretty productive. But I think this moment will rank right up there amongst the biggest of his as he goes through the rest of his career.
And that's not going to go.
Coming up this Thursday, January 29th.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
The defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter. They came out focused right from the beginning.
And, Steve, that's a big...
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair.
All right, eyes front. That's not what we were looking for in the first half, to say.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on. And the Magic making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. And the Grizzlies leading by 23 on the court for Orlando. At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Channing Frye out there with Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Payton in at the 1 spot. And slam dunk by Randolph.
You know, the dunk's a few and far between for the big guy, but every once in a while we get one just like that.
It's not hard to believe that kind of size might keep you from being a high flyer.
Yeah, that's a lot of man right there to try to get up off the ground, Kevin.
Flash is checked in for Payton. Here's Flash. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. You talk about players who either love or hate contact. Randolph, I think, is in his element. Clark leaning on people. He likes to feel other body.
Yeah, they love Zebo, they call him, don't they? He can get busy. Boy, I love watching him go to work. You know, he likes to be in the middle of contact. When he gets to the rim, whenever you lose contact with your guarding, and he's not the most explosive guy, but it just points out that you can be highly skilled and a really good basketball player and not be a off-the-charts athlete.
He wears on his opponent, doesn't he? There's a lot of attrition.
I think he created that phrase, what was it, grit and grind? Grit and grind for the Grizzlies?
You're right.
And that's how he plays.
Yeah. That's tipped. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The shot misses. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, quite an interesting upbringing for Victor Oladipo. His mother and father immigrated from Nigeria. They ingrained a great work ethic in their children. But his father in particular didn't really approve of his son's focus on basketball. But Victor was undeterred.
Conley kicks to Allen. The feed now to Green. Back to Conley. The pass to Randolph. At the elbow, Green goes up on the high post, and he knocks down the jumper. Green's got 14 points.
And Oladipo growing up the only son among 4 children with a strict, somewhat distant father. In a lot of ways, his coaches and teammates became a kind of second family, and he latched onto his coaches for guidance.
And the wide open shot from Green. No good on the 3.
And that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Here's Flash, defended by Allen, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And the story goes that Oladipo, in his sophomore year in high school, broke his foot. And Clark, rather than stay home, he went to practices and ran the scoreboard, even swept the gym, I'm told.
Yeah, he said he didn't want the coaches to forget about him, Kevin. Just a true gym rat mentality, and that's part of the reason he's played as well as he has in the NBA.
There's the dish to Gasol. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Gasol's got 12 points in the game.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through, and that's not something they should get away from.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, for some, Aaron Gordon is seen as a tweener, and for Gordon, it isn't going to faze him. He said, obviously, you have to play a position in the NBA, but I'm going to do a little bit of everything. Post up, hit jumpers, go by people. I'm going to do it all. I'm confident that I can play both the 3 and the 4. He has the skills to pull it off, Kevin.
That he does. Thank you, Doris. Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. John Lure, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Udrih in for Green. And a switcher also for Orlando. Gordon's checked in. Here's Udrih, defended by Gordon. Udrih can't hit.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
2 shots.
You know, the Grizzlies are the kind of team that perhaps fans around the league can overlook or undervalue or even forget about at times, but they're always going to be there because they're tough, they're physical, and they're talented.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Grizzlies?
For mid-range, it's been a very nice.
Good job at the line.
Turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
And so here's Orlando. Well, guys, as you were talking about, Memphis not a big budget franchise or one with a history that runs so deep that often fans overlook them.
That may be true, but it's given the Grizzlies a very underdog attitude that I think the franchise and the team and the fans have embraced.
Conley and Allen are the guard set. Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Adams, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Here's Gordon.
Well, the league is making a push for more transparency with its officiating since last season, and I really think that's the way to go. They're sharing memos with teams and the media, and I think it's a great step, really, because, again, with all of the information and technology available, fans are able to see more and their expectations are higher. And when you can do it at a higher level and to help get things right, I think transparency is a good thing from the official standpoint. Help people understand how difficult their jobs are and the great job that they do as officials.
And when it comes to officiating, players have said the main thing they're concerned with is consistency.
That's right. You know, that way they can make the adjustment to how the game's being called. And I think you talk about that open dialogue and transparency. I mean, that can only help. Communicating how certain situations are going to be interpreted.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Drive by Adams. From 11 feet away, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Last outing for Memphis, they won that game against the 76ers. It's stolen by Adams. For the finish, throws down the breakaway jam.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
Shot from the wing. And again, the basket from Flash. Flash has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
Green, the screen. Gasol dishes to Randolph. Here's Flash.
Well, it seemed slightly controversial when it was introduced a few seasons ago, but I think we can all agree now that the new flopping fines have been a big success. Flopping seems to have gone down across the board.
Pass to Allen. Makes it off the glass.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
They set the screen. Here's Flash. Knocks it loose. Clock at 4. Adams outside. The three-pointer no good. The Magic have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Rejected by Randolph. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Randolph. Carter comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Udrih in for Allen. Harris is checked in for Orlando. Green passes to Flash. Buries the long-range jumper. Here's Udrih. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Gasol kicks to Adams. He dishes it to Udrih. Memphis moving that ball around. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Clock at 6. For the 3. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Kufis checked in for Gasol. And it's John Lure in for Adams. Here's Flash. He's guarded by Udrih. The shot's good from Flash.
You know, there are around 150 current NBA players with D-League experience. The developmental league, which started back in 2001 with 8 teams, now has 18. The structure has changed a little bit over the years, but I think you have to say that the D-League has become a big success for the NBA.
Carter against Green. Here's the teardrop.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Here's Flash. Count the bucket. Flash has got 11 points in the quarter.
And, you know, this season, the Knicks, the Pistons, and the Magic acquiring single affiliation with D-League teams, and that seems to be a trend. The Knicks and Pistons moving them close to White Plains, New York, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, respectively, looking to develop players within their system and get them back and forth quickly from their D-League assignments. Makes sense and looks to be moving towards more of the Major League Baseball model.
Carter with the bucket.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for Memphis.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And that'll finish the season series between these two. It's clear who had the better game plan and better execution. And that's why they'll be finishing up the year 2-0 against the Magic.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Jeff Green. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see him being a part of it. He was all over this one.
And of the 18 D-League teams, 15 are in single affiliation, Steve, with one NBA team. About half of those owned outright by their parent ball clubs.
Well, it's moving in that direction, Kevin, a place to develop talent and test out new methods. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see every NBA team with their own D-League affiliate before long.
And Udrih kicks to Lure. Feeds to Carter. Goes up on the block. A nice shot by Kufis.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Here's Flash, defended by Carter. Harris a screen on Carter. Here's Flash. No good with the wing jumper. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win.